Spirit, Lord of light, from the clear celestial height, thy
As we celebrate Pentecost, the central mystery celebrated therein is the Holy Spirit, the third person of the Blessed Trinity, and of course today is dedicated to praying to Him, but also to reflect on His roles, His actions, and His person. There has never been a time that the Holy Spirit has not been present in the world. He was seen at creation as one of the principal actors. He was seen in and through the judges, the prophet, the priest, and kings. So the ministry of the Holy Spirit is seen throughout the Old Testament. In various places, He was symbolized through water, through cloud, through dove, through olive, and through light. All of these symbols and more were to be a visible representation of this invisible being. The New Testament itself and the New Covenant would have been impossible without the action and intervention of the Holy Spirit. It was through the power of the Holy Spirit that Mary conceived Jesus. At baptism, Jesus was anointed by the Holy Spirit. His life, His ministry was replete with the presence of the Holy Spirit. But the Holy Spirit was not going to be unique to the Messiah only. It was going to be given to the Messianic people, to all believers. This explains why Jesus kept talking about the coming of the Holy Spirit. He even promised the Spirit and stated His duties and roles. And just as He promised, at Pentecost, the disciples received the promised Spirit. There were mighty changes in them. They were renewed, they were transformed, they were encouraged. There are certain manifestations or indications that one has the Holy Spirit. One manifests certain gifts and fruits. And the Bible in the book of Isaiah chapter 11 identifies 7, and Paul identified 12 fruits of the Holy Spirit. We have wisdom, the gift of knowledge, the gift of counsel, the gift of fortitude, understanding, the gift of piety, and the fear of the Lord. Wisdom is the ability to discern right from wrong and to seek justice. It speaks to the ability to use good judgment. Wisdom helps us to order our relationship to the created world properly. Understanding is the gift of discernment and insight. It helps followers to correctly perceive reality. While wisdom is the desire to contemplate things of God, understanding allows us to grasp, as limited as this, the very essence of the truth. Counsel, just as the word suggests, is the ability to receive and to give good advice, to guard and be guided, and to encourage and be encouraged. To know God, His laws, His ways are truly a gift of the Holy Spirit. People perish for lack of knowledge. The Bible encourages followers to employ knowledge for the good of all humanity. While fortitude is sometimes called courage, it goes beyond what we normally think of as courage. Fortitude is that virtue that the matters hard that allowed them to suffer death rather than renounce the faith. So fortitude is that ability to endure suffering and hardship in the name of following God's commandment. It is doing what is right at all costs. Piety is another word for devotion, and it is the demonstration of commitment to faith. A pious person is one who lives a sin-free and moral life. It is the willingness to worship God and serve God, not as a duty, but out of deep love for God. It is worship, service, and dedication. Fear can be interchanged with awe and reverence, which encourages the follower to pay devotion to God. Fear of the Lord is apparent when followers try not to do anything that would cause harm and separate them from God. When we go through this, we manifest the fruit of the Holy Spirit. Perhaps not simultaneously, but there is a presence. No one on this earth, undertaking this life's journey as hard as it is and desires to live right, can do so without the help of the Holy Spirit. How can one live, for example, in this life without the wisdom that comes from God, or without the right counsel? Life will be burdensome. The Christian is nothing without the Holy Spirit. He is empty, helpless, clueless, and powerless. He must therefore ask for the Holy Spirit to overshadow us as He did Mary, to anoint us as He did Jesus, and to enlighten and empower us as He did in the ministry of Jesus.